Hello and welcome to the Crowley ISD Biz 6 Weeks PLC Curriculum Preview for English 1. In this video, we will discuss Biz 6 Weeks blueprints, address curriculum hotspots, and spotlight real-time instructional strategies that will include the effective use of close reading best practices. You will gain a deeper understanding of the best practices shown in the demonstration classroom video to transfer responsibility of learning to the student. Please pause the video to review the Unit 5A Local Assessment Blueprint. Take time to note the instructional days and assessment posting and administration dates. There is no Unit 6 assessment, and Unit 5B will be assessed in the 6 weeks. Using the heat map, we will now discuss our identified hotspot for the fifth 6 weeks. According to the 2014 STAR and both the fall and spring benchmarks, making connections across genres is still an area of concern. This also includes Figure 19b, understanding, making inferences, and drawing conclusions about text. To address our hotspots as well as other SEs, Mr. Hannafy will share real-time close reading best practices. Notice how using thinking notes is a thinking process which applies to all content areas. As you watch, think about how you can better apply these instructional practices in your own classroom and address the hotspots for this unit.
A strategy that I find really helpful when dealing with close reading tasks is called metacognitive markers, or as a more kid-friendly term, thinking notes. So your homework was to read through and use the thinking notes. So we didn't just want highlighted text, we wanted some of those particular thinking notes for your reactions to it. So let's start with the last one there, just something that was confusing. Did anybody put down a double question mark?
The third page in the third paragraph, Z-E-I-T.
Zeitgeist, right? Anybody here familiar with the term zeitgeist? What you might see in a typical text that doesn't use this is highlighting. And students might underline or they might highlight. And really, if they're not tracking their own response to the text, what they're doing is just sort of saying over and over again, this is important. So what we try to do is say, why did you pick those particular elements and what was your reaction to them?
I thought that was a good way to end his entire letter, and it was very well put and ended well.
For a student, it makes a great, helpful way of remembering over a period of time how they reacted to a text.
I was wondering, with his outsiders coming in, what was that referring to? Because it was around quotation marks, so I thought it was referring to something.
The way he put it was really interesting. He was talking about like laws that you break because of like they're not moral laws.
With this, instead of just saying, I highlighted it, I'm not sure why, I can quickly say, okay, who's got something that they thought raised an interesting question? And we can move to some really specific conversation prompts.
At this time, I'd like to point out our new CISD demonstration classroom videos found on the Crowley Center for Teaching and Learning. Based on instructional need, videos can be found by selecting the tab Instructional Practice, followed by the tab Instruction, and then choosing your topic of interest. Videos can be found under multiple topics, including Framing the Lesson, Frequent Checks for Understanding, Critical Thinking, High Academic Expectations, Pacing and Sequencing, Authentic Student Engagement, and Effective Classroom Management. Not only does the CTL highlight CISD teachers, but it also gives examples from other sources as well. I appreciate you participating in the PLC Curriculum Preview. Don't miss next 6 weeks PLC Curriculum Preview video that will spotlight the gradual release of responsibility model shown on the screen. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you so much.